Next up, Trent Dilfer. You remember that name? Former Ravens quarterback Trent Dilfer actually makes a great point for what he says. In ESPN's 30 for 30 documentary, Bullies of Baltimore, in the 2000 Ravens defense, former Ravens quarterback and Super Bowl winner Trent Dilfer says, the game is too easy for quarterbacks today. You can't hit a receiver over the middle, and progressions are way too easy for today's quarterbacks. I love Tom Brady. I love Aaron Rodgers. But today's quarterbacks would not have survived in the era that we played. Technically, he's right. And here's why. In 1984, Dan Marino threw for 5,000 yards. Think about that for a second here. 1984, Dan Marino threw for 5,000 yards. First quarterback to ever do that. Since then, 5,000-yard passing seasons are pretty much routine. Next, it's going to be 6,000. Patrick Mahomes just won the MVP. And he's another 5,000-yard passer. So, and the joke I was making was Dan Marino would literally have 7,000 yards if he played today. You can't hit anyone. You can't. You cannot hit anyone. And if you say, oh, yes, you can. No, you can't. You can't. You realistically can't. It's like saying, oh, I'm just going to, touch this guy and boom, 15-yard penalty. It's like sarcastable today. So, the last great all-time defense we saw was in 2015, the Denver Broncos. The Orange Crush. We will never get a defense like that again. Ever. We won't ever. There are teams that'll be close, but we will never get a defense like that ever, which would just struck fear into you and would hit you hard. You would never get that again. So Trent Dilfer's right.